Hi you guys, I'm so excited to dance with you all today. My name is Sydney Manno. I'm a dancer and choreographer living in New York City, and over the past 2 years that I've been in New York, my greatest joy has been finding the connection between classic musical theater style dancing and contemporary fusion and street styles, more like commercial styles that you see on screen today. I really love finding the blend between those two things because I really value the storytelling that comes with theater dance. I think there's nothing quite like it. But I also really value, the more that I dance in New York, the more I realize how big of a community the street styles worlds are, contemporary fusion. There's so much musicality to be discovered. That's really where new innovation is blooming from. And I think that the more we bring those two things together, we really find the story behind new movement, and we really find new movement in old stories. That's really where a lot of beautiful art can really take place. So I really value the merge of those two worlds. I teach a class in New York City called Storytelling with Sydney, and that's exactly what we do in that class. We're not only blending the styles together, but blending like the two community worlds of that. I love to teach guided improv and teach musicality coming more from the street styles world, but then I also really love to give a deep, rich story, which definitely comes from the theater background. So that's exactly what we'll be doing today. We're blending both the styles and kind of the community aspects of both. So I wanted to give you kind of the setup of the story of the combo that we're doing today, and then I'll jump right into it. I promise I won't blabber for too long. The story we're telling today, I taught this same combo on Sunday. I wanted to hold community space to raise money for the fires in LA. In New York, we've got a lot of dance community over there that was really affected by all this, and I wanted to kind of help out our dance siblings over there. So I wanted to tell a story about what it means to lose a home and what it means to go through that type of grief. So I found this beautiful song. You've probably heard it on the radio a million times, but definitely not this version. It's the song Our House by Crosby, Stills and Nash. It's that one like, 2 cats in the yard. I know, you know what I'm talking about. But there's this beautiful demo version on Spotify that is just sung by Joni Mitchell, who you probably know, a folk singer from the 60s, and then Graham Nash. They dated and they lived in Laurel Canyon together. And the song Our House was written by them about their house in Laurel Canyon. And Laurel Canyon was an area of Los Angeles that was very much affected by the wildfires. And so I thought it was a great way to kind of write a love letter to these homes that were affected while also still remembering the joy of them. You'll hear the lyrics in the song. They're talking about all the little things in their house that they love so much and how it's so beautiful to be able to like live in a home with someone that you love. So we're definitely moving through a space of joy today. I always say at the beginning of my classes that this can be a way for you to tap into your own emotions and kind of maybe grow and heal through some things that you're thinking about that are heavy on your heart, but it can also always be light, and it can also always be a story that's maybe not your own. You don't ever have to tap into deep emotions that you don't want to feel. I know you're all theater people, so you definitely feel this too, of like, being a storyteller can be really hard sometimes because it affects a lot of your own emotions. So know when you need to let this be a creative world all of its own, and when you maybe want to tap into some of your own real emotions and memories. So we'll find the balance of that today. But I'll get right into the combo. I have this video mirrored. So this is my right hand, this is my left hand, my right leg, my left leg. This is the left side of the wall, this is the right side of the wall. So as I say the hands, it should be the same as yours, as if you're looking into a mirror. Now sometimes learning dance via the internet is hard, but we'll get through it together, and I have no doubt that you all will do just spectacularly. So we start facing the left-hand corner. We're looking at a fireplace right now. The first lyrics he says is, I'll light the fire, you place the flowers in the, he's British, so he says vase, but vase. So you're standing at your fireplace. You have a match book in your left hand and a match in your right hand. You're gonna light the fire. The counts go 1, 2, and 3, switch 4. So you're lighting the fire, and then, you know, when you're super cold and you're like, I know you guys are in Louisiana, right? It's super cold there right now, it's snowing so badly. It's like one of those when you're like just trying to warm up every single part of your fingertips. So 1, 2, and 3, switch 4. You're gonna look to your right on 5, he says you. He's singing to his partner here, so he's saying you're gonna put the flowers in the vase. So we're gonna kind of travel this way to put the vase up on the windowsill. So it goes 5, You're gonna do left hand, right hand, kind of very presentational. Let this one kind of knock into the other one, kind of like a domino effect. 5, 6, and here comes the Fosse move. Your hands are here. You're gonna weave the right hand back through and open it up. You're gonna, I have my heel lifted here, so if we're facing this way, my knee rotates out this way. So we go 5, 6, and 7, 8. So both your hand and your knee and your foot are all rotating out at the same time. And on kind of the and of 8, this count you have a little bit of time here, so it doesn't have to be very quick. But on 8, you're gonna swoosh that around and start to turn over your left shoulder. The next part, if you all have seen Waitress, I was really inspired by Lauren Laterra, the choreographer of that, and she found so much simplicity in like moving fast and then finding kind of like a slow motion effect. She did a lot of that with like how she lifted the pies and how they would like kind of go all around Jesse Mueller, if you know what I'm talking about. Oh, there's a class going on next door. I love that kind of like simple movement. I think it's really beautiful. You're turning over your left shoulder and all of a sudden you have the vase in your hand and it's like slow motion, but you're gonna keep turning over your left shoulder because you do one more rotation. So if I was here on 8 and 1, 2, and 3, it's that same feeling, but you're gonna stop on 3. You have the vase in your hand and you're kind of moving this way. Pretend that like if your fireplace is here, your windowsill is here. 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3. I'm just gonna finish out this phrase. He says today, and that's on the count of 5. And on today, you're just gonna set your vase up on a windowsill. It can be down, it can be to the side. My windowsill is usually right at my eye level, so I set it kind of right in front of me. But you have the vase in your hand. You find a spot for it, and you have a moment there. You have 5, hold 6, and on 7, you're gonna place your left knee on the ground, and you kind of just have it until 8. You're gonna roll on the ground and come back to the fireplace on 1. We're gonna try it with counts one more time, then we'll do it with the music, and then we'll keep moving on. We have 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3, switch 4. 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1.
I'll light the fire. You place the flowers in the vase that you bought today. Staring at.
So you're down on the floor by 1. You have a full count of 8 here to sit and look at your fireplace. The lyrics are staring at the fire for hours and hours. So you have full creative liberty here if you want to kind of find a position or a movement that's a little bit different than this. You don't have to sit and stare here for the full count of 8. You can kind of adjust as you need. You just need something to fall on the count of 8. So if you want to find another position, but maybe come back to here by 7, because our first move is a fall of our left hand. We're here on 1, and we hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On 8, our left hand is going to drop here. On and, both of our hands are going to fall out like this. On 1, we're going to bring both of our hands in. And on the and of 1, we kind of come up into a cobra position, because on 2 and, you're going to find this one more time. It goes right, left. On 1, we hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and. Then that's it for those quicker counts. On 3, you're just gonna look to the right. And then on 4, you're gonna take your hands however you need to and push yourself up into a crisscross applesauce. You have the count of 4, and then there's a breath before our next movement. So take your time, know that you have like, the next thing doesn't start right away, but you do want to kind of find a swift way to get yourself out. And then he says, play your love songs. And a second kind of piano part comes in. And so we're going to play the piano while we're sitting right here. It goes, you're all musical people. It's the lower keys and then the higher keys and like a little up and down. So we're going to do the correct piano part for that. You're going to go left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand 4 times. It goes 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and. You're gonna hit the lower keys one more time on 1. You're gonna cross your hands over like you're playing one more chord on one and on two, you know those like fun, if you're any piano players, like kind of going up the scale, it's kind of like that. You're gonna push that hand up like it's going up the piano keys. On two, that right hand catches itself behind you so you can use it as an anchor to swing yourself around. So we just did 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1 and push 2, 3, swing 4. You have 5 to stand yourself up. Just to finish this phrase, your feet go heel, toe, and a little Dorothy, no place like home, heel click. 6 and 7 and 8 and. When you stand up off of the floor, you can, sometimes I find myself up on my heels, if that feels exciting to you, or you can just stand up with flat feet. Both can get you into the heel toe. So if I switch back and forth, know that can be fully dancer's choice. Let's go back to the top ones. I'll walk us through the counts. We'll do it with the music again. We have 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3, switch 4. 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, push 4, there's a breath, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and.
I'll light the fire. You place the flowers in the vase that you bought today. Staring at the fire for hours and hours while I listen to you play your love songs all night long for me.
All right, moving on to the next section, we just did heel, toe, heel click. We don't go to the floor anymore, I promise. This is all going to be standing, and we're going to tap a little bit more into the contemporary fusion and the street style dancing that I was talking about at the beginning of this. There's a little bit more of a flow to it. You can really find the connection between each movement. We're going to go 6 and 7 and 8, and you're going to fall forward on 1. This next count of just the even, like no ands, just the 1, 2, 3, 4. So you fall forward on 1. You're going to lift yourself up on 2, and on 3 you're just going to tilt your head. It's like that feeling of like, you know, when you see a cute puppy and you're like, oh, you want to find that. So finding the really pause on 2 so that this can feel like a melt of like warmth and love here. So we just did 6 and 7 and 8 and 1, 2, 3. You're going to keep this curve that you're already starting here, and you're going to lean 4. You just kind of sprinkle your fingers a little bit and point your toe, and you're going to find the curve of your back here. So that's 4. And then this foot brings you back on 5. So know that that's where that's leading you. Again, with a yoga flow feel. So 1, 2, 3, lean 4. You're going to step back on 5, and you're going to flex this foot and kind of, it's almost like you're about to throw a ball. Like you're going to yank this back, if that makes sense. So if this left hand just went forward, the right hand comes back. And now you're just going to do 2 kind of glides this way. Let what you just prepped with your right elbow pull you forward, and then let it pull you forward one more time. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm just going to tag on the 8. You're going to take whatever's in your hand and drop it on 8. You can use your head to follow it down. You can just let your hands fall. Kind of a dancer's choice there of where this thing that you just grabbed, where you want to let it go. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Me, only for me.
We dropped here on 8. You're going to scoop forward on 1, and you're going to find this position on the end of 1. So scoop, bend your knees, and it's this like fingertips to collarbone and shoulder here, and elbows in front of you. Try not to find this because we find that position next. We go 1 and 2, and on and you're going to take your right elbow and kind of jab it into your side, and it kind of lets everything melt. We're going to find this on 3. You're going to unfurl this right hand and look at it. So the jab on 1 and 2 and needs to kind of initiate this fall. We scoop 1 and open 2, punch and look 3. He says, come to me now. So this is on now. And on 4, whatever unfurled from your hand, you're going to throw up above your head and catch it in your head and your left hand. Confusing. We go 4, 5. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5. So we just landed here on 5. You're going to do a little bit of a reverb with your left hand and your head here. It's like if your head actually fell into your hands, you know, there'd be some sort of like bounce if you didn't have a muscle in his hand to catch you. So you're going to kind of let it be really heavy and bounce on 5, 6. So if you catch on 5, it bounces 6. Then your left hand from this position is going to shoot itself out this way on the and of 7, and then on the and before 7. So this 5, 6, and you're going to grab your left wrist on 7, pull in on 8. 5, 6, and 7, pull 8. He says, rest your head for just 5 minutes. Let's do that whole count of 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, pull 8. We have one more quicker count of 8 here, and then we kind of find the end of our combo. So we're pulling in on 8. We go 1 and your left hand's gonna pull this way, and your left, I almost said your left head, you only have one head. But the left side of your head is gonna fall on that and count. So 1 and, you're gonna grab your left hand with your right hand on 2 and bring them back in on and. So we just pulled in on 8, 1 and 2 and. You're gonna twist your knee in and twist this kind of block position that you have outside of your knee. And then on the other count, you're just gonna switch it out like this. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and that's all it is. So you're just kind of slowly falling down and your knee rotates opposite of your hands. 1 and 2 and 3 and. You go 4 and push yourself back up. So first count, second count, third count, push up. He says, everything is done. And then again, because the song is a demo version, he messes up a chord, you can hear it, and then he says, shit. So what you're gonna do is you have 4 counts to be like, look at all this great, like I just did all this, everything in the house is complete. I'm done for the day. So you can find, you can brush yourself off, I always kind of find like a wipe off the hands, I'm done with all the housework for the day. But on 8, he says shit, and it's like you forgot one thing, and you have to, the next thing you're gonna do is move to the back of the room. So find this moment of like, shoot, I forgot something back there, I gotta go. That's another one of those like storytelling moments for yourself. So we just did 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, shit. Walk to the back. Exactly. It makes perfect sense with the music, I promise. We'll do it with the music once and then we'll go on.
Only for me. Come to me now and rest your head for just 5 minutes. Everything is done. Shit.
All right, we've reached the last section of new choreography. After the next 3 or 4 counts of 8 that we'll learn, we go back and we repeat something that we've already done. It just kind of completes the storyline a little bit. It'll be cool to challenge your brains to do the same movement with new lyrics and a new tune. But it's also just cool to see how the movement can evolve when different sounds are being heard and different dancers are interpreting it. So I'm excited to see what you all do with that. Just dusted ourselves off, and on the count of 8 we said shit. We have 4 counts to walk to the back. So it's like you just remembered something that you had to do at the back of your house. So you're gonna walk 1, 2, 3, 4, however your feet want to get there, no specific steps. On 5 and, he says the windows And so you're gonna just find you can tap two window panes, you can point at two windows, anything you wanna do with your hands. You can make a window, maybe, I don't know if I can do that. But dancer's choice there. We go 5 and on 6 and, both of your heels are just gonna lift. 5 and 6 and, on 7 and, your right foot is gonna tap your right heel. 7 and, this left hand can stay wherever you placed it, because on 8, it's gonna take your left foot and scoop it around to the front. So we just walked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. That brings you to the front, and we're going to be facing this front right diagonal here. This next movement, you can consider it a little bit more hip-hoppy, but it happens all the time in musical theater dance as well. Dance is dance. But if you're not familiar with this type of movement, try to find the most important thing with this is to find a front and a back with your sternum a little bit. You only do it twice. You go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. You're gonna step your left foot forward and you're gonna jump on sun. So I step left, jump right. It's classic jeté. Bring your right foot out and just find a coupe with your left foot. This does not have to be ballet, beautiful. I haven't taken a ballet class in a few weeks. And no, it's just more of this feeling of, I keep your left hand up. It's just, he says the word sun so brightly. So you just want to find, it's more about the jumping than it is like finding the perfect line. It's just more of like a joy that comes from your soul, and you're coming right from this movement. So you want it to just feel like a blast off, like a lift off. So we just did scooped around on 8. We go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So we landed here on 5, and that's technically, count that as your first step. So you're gonna land on the and of 5. So we go 5 and we go left, right, left, kick forward with your right foot. 5 and 6 and 7. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. Last little bit here. We have 7, your left hand is reaching forward, your right hand is reaching back. You're kind of finding this like very much extension. You want to feel like you're kind of falling forward. Like it should feel unbalanced because you just took all this momentum of a forward and back and a jump and a run, and then all of a sudden it stops. It's kind of like that waitress choreography feeling we were talking about earlier, like a fast to slow. You're just going to kick your right foot back and forward. 7, 8, and. Your arms can fall, they can stay. Dancer's choice there, find something that feels good with your arms. 7, 8, and. With your right heel now forward, you're just gonna take 2 steps on the heel of your foot. You go 1 and 2 and. So you have to put all the weight in your front foot in order to move the foot behind you. So they're singing about, you know those little glass, like colorful glass things that people collect, like kind of like stained glass, but they're little figurines. That's what he's singing about there, because Joni used to collect those little glass figurines, and so when the sun came through, it would make their house look all colorful. So that's what he's singing about there. So you can find this moment of like looking around at all that and just finding the beauty in that. So we just did 7, 8, and 1 and 2, and you're just gonna take 4 steps around yourself to the right. So if I just did right, left, I go right, left around my right shoulder, finding the front. And that's the end of your choreography. Next, we'll find something that we've already done. But let's go back, do that with the music once, and then we'll go on.
Everything is done. Shit. Such a cozy room. The windows are illuminated by the evening sunshine through them. Fiery gems for you.
So we're at the final section of the dance, and this is all movement you already know. It's just with slightly different lyrics and slightly different tune at the end. So we just ended here on 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and you hold 5, and these are the same counts as before. 6, and 7, and 8. So it's that same heel, toe, heel, click. Next part's the same, and all that changes is at the beginning they say only for me, and now they say only for you. So we reminder of that movement. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the chorus of the song. They go into singing Our House is a very, very, very fine house. The part you've definitely heard on the radio a million times. We're doing this motion. So it's not those same come to me now, and rest your head. So it takes like 2 tries to be like, I really have to listen into the counts there, but it still goes along with what he's singing about, so you can still find the lyrics, just know it's a little bit tricky. So we just drop down 8. This will be, our house, throw, is a very, very, very fine house, pull, with 2 cats in the yard, life used to be so hard, and I'm a singer. No, I'm not. I don't do musical theater singing at all. But the only thing different with this next section is you used to have 4 counts here before shift, and then 4 counts here. That cuts shorter. So you have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then you kind of just have to go straight back on 5, 6, 7, 8 to catch this. So 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard. Now everything. The count for that would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. This will be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So that count will be slightly different now, but you can always tweak that in your head to make this still 5 and 6 and 7, 8. But then this next part will go right with the lyrics. It goes, everything is easy because of you. And they sing and very like big and bold. So you want to find and, that jump there, and right, left, right, our, ba, ba. They sing our, there's 2 pianos there, and then they start singing these beautiful laws. They go la, 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 again, not a singer. La, la, you still do that, come around this way. You do this one more time, heel click, down, up, lean, throw, pull, 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 drop. Then you have a little bit of improv before they start singing the next part there. So I'll guide you through that at the end. Let's just connect the last bit of new choreography with all of that. I'll sing the lyrics so you know the differences. So we just did this for the first time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Our house, ding, is a very, very, very fine house. Pull, with 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard. Now everything is easy because of you. 3, 4, and right, left, right. Our, ta, ta, la, 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 la. 1, da, da, hit, down, up, lean, throw, pull, 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 drop. Then you have guided improv that I'll talk you through in a moment. But that's the end of your choreography. Congrats.
I read gems for you, only for you. Our house is a very, very, very fine house with 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard. Now everything is easy 'cause of you. And la 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 la.
So we'll go through the whole thing with counts one more time, and then I'll walk you through the guided storytelling improv at the end. So we're facing this way. We've got our fireplace in front of us. We have 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3. Switch 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. Place 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3. Push 4. Breath. 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 1, and 2, 3, 4. Stand up. 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Pull 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, shift. 1, 2, 3, 4, we go 5 and 6 and 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, hold 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. That cuts off and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We jump 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7 and 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time we do this, lean, pull, drag, push, push, drop. I'm running out of breath there. It's hard to dance and talk at the same time, but you get the gist of all those counts. We'll do it with the music as well. So we drop on this count of 8. They finish out their singing all these beautiful laws, and then they go into singing Our House one more time. You do have the choice to find this one more time. You can face a new direction. Think about it as like, if this was your house, if the fireplace was here, windowsill, the windows, maybe something in your house you want to look at while you do that. Or you have full creative liberty to find something else. You can go back to a little bit more like storytelling movement, or you can just find general improv, anything that feels good throughout the last time they sing that. It makes it a little over 2 minutes. So I know Sloan told me that this needed to be 2 minutes long. So if you need to cut it off sooner, do whatever you need. But that's the end of the improv there. Or if you have more time, they sing I'll Light the Fire one more time. So if you want to bring it back to this movement, or again, find something there that you want to do. But the end of the piece, I wanted to find some sort of improv so you have time to kind of finish up the story for yourself, because there's a lot of directional change in all of this, a lot of things you're looking at, so I wanted you to be able to round this out fully for you. So yeah, so that's the end of the piece. We're going to do it with music a few times. Yeah, I'm really excited. I hope I can see some of you dance this. It would just mean so much to me. I'm really, really excited to see what you all do with this.
I'll light the fire. You place the flowers in the vase that you bought today. Staring at the fire for hours and hours while I listen to you play your love songs all night long for me, only for me. Come to me now and rest your head for just 5 minutes. Everything is done. Shit. Such a cozy room. The windows are illuminated by the evening sunshine through them. Fiery gems for you, only for you. Our house is a very, very, very fine house with 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard, now everything is easy 'cause of you. And la 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 la. Is a very, very, very fine house with 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard, now everything is easy 'cause of you. And I'll light the fire. You place the flowers in the rose that you bought today. Staring at the fire for hours and hours while I listen to you play your love songs all night long for me, only for me. Come to me now and rest your head for just 5 minutes. Everything is done. Shit. As you go through, the windows are illuminated by the evening sunshine through them. Fiery gems for you, only for you. Our house is a